Hi, everyone. All right. Today, I want to give you this. I want to do something a little bit different. And I want to talk about activating your IEP to be in service of and to build your professional integrity. And the thing that is inspiring this video, because every single video has something that happens probably 3 to 5 times. I'll see it. I kind of a rule. If I see something happening 3 to 5 times in a short period of time, and a short period of time is like a week or 2 weeks, then it inspires content. So one of the things that I'm noticing happening, and this is not new, is the sickness of busy, and how that seems to be accelerating to the point where a lot of people are losing the plot on the intentions around being in service of with their people, with their customers, with their family, with their friends, like whatever, because they're so busy and because they're moving so quickly, they forget the original reason why they're there to be with that person in the first place, which ultimately is to be in service of. It's to be in service of. So if you're running a business, if you're an advisor, if you're professional services, whatever, if you're serving somebody, if you're holding a container for your clients, if you're doing something in the world, which is all of us, which is in service of and in relationship with other people, we want to take a step back and really look at where we're coming from. And the way that we look at that in this work is we talk about our intentions, our energy, and our presence, our IEP. So intentional energetic presence, your intentions, your energy, and presence, it's your IEP. So here's a little shortcut to make sure that you stay in service of and that you also build professional integrity. Because when you don't do this, ultimately, it's a very slippery slide towards starting to break trust and credibility, losing customers and clients, all that good stuff. We can go down and go down. It's one of those things that happens slow and then it happens really, really fast. So you want to make sure that you are staying in service of and you're building professional integrity with every step of your client interactions, with every step of your sales process, with every step of your cultural building initiatives that you say are really important to you in your organization. We want to just point you towards the IEP that keeps you in service of and building professional integrity, as opposed to the slippery slope that has you start to lose that. And then before you know it, you don't know what actually happened, but now you're in a very different place than you might have been 3 months ago, 6 months ago. So building IEP, activating your IEP to be in service of, before you go into any conversation, any meeting, any engagement, any sales call, you want to take a step back and you want to think about, all right, what are my intentions for this particular call? What are my intentions for this person? What are my intentions for this client? You want to take a step back, get grounded, and really notice, what are your intentions? One of your intentions should be, if you're serving people, especially if you're an advisor, if you're a coach, if you're a therapist, if you're an investor, like all that, your intention should be to be in service of the person or the company or the business or whatever it is that you're going in to meet with. So make sure that your intentions are really, really clean. What is it I want to have happen with this particular thing? How do I want to be with this particular thing? If you look at the IEP work has a 5-step framework around creating intentional impact. Those 5 steps have been used thousands and thousands of times to help people create intentional impact, either as an organization as a whole, when you're looking at culture change or innovation or creating products, or just simply an interpersonal relationship. So get very, very clear on your intentions before you go into anything. And if you've lost the plot because you've gotten so busy and you're just not even thinking about intentions, so you're kind of moving from thing to thing to thing to thing, and it's kind of like, woo, it's okay. It's okay. It happens. You want to do a nice big reboot, take a step back, check your energy, and then get back into, what's my intention? Okay. Then you're going to look at your energy. What's the energy you're bringing into that particular conversation or that talk or that presentation or whatever it might be. And you want to look at how present you are. One of the things that I'm seeing more and more and more of, and again, this is not new. The world is busy. I get it. But one of the things I'm seeing more and more of is this almost spinning out of people moving so quickly that they're forgetting the original reason why they started to do the work that they were doing. They're in react mode. They're in survival mode. They're tired. They're overscheduled. And so therefore, it's not that they're bad or don't mean well. It's just they've forgotten. So this is a little reminder. What's your intention? What's the energy you're bringing in? Are you taking care of your energy? If you're scheduling yourself back to back to back to back, if you're overbooked with clients and you don't have the time, the capacity to be really thoughtful and present with them, if you find that you can't actually be present in your meetings, it's time to take a step back and do a little bit of a shift, because you want to be able to make sure that you're coming from that place of being in service of. So you're doing your best work and you're honoring these people that have trusted you to do this work with them. And you want to make sure that you're building your professional integrity. If you don't have your professional integrity, it's hard. It's rough. It's rough to lead companies. It's rough to be an advisor leading companies if you don't have your own professional integrity intact. So invitation to think about that. And now, to be clear, I'm talking specifically in this about service providers, advisors, people who are holding a container for other people. But I also really want to make sure that you get that if you're the CEO of the company, if you're the CHRO, if you're CIO, like any senior leadership position where you're responsible for creating a healthy culture, responsible for creating great business results, responsible for having really, really solid leadership and inspiring solid leadership, this applies to you too. Because if you're so busy that you're losing the plot around why you're in your role in the first place, you want to make sure that you take a step back and you look at your intentions, your energy, and your presence. So this is a broad message. This applies actually to any human being who wants to have more impact and build more professional integrity, and also who wants to be more in service of. So whether your job is to lead the financials of the company and lead the company to the great next place in innovation and culture, or you are an advisor or you are an investor, the point here is just to come back to, am I being in service of? Am I actually present right now? Where have I gotten so busy that I'm actually not being in service of? I'm actually just in react mode, which, by the way, is not only going to be ineffective, but it's going to exhaust you in the process as well. So I'm going to leave it at that for today. But if you are interested in looking at how what I'm talking about here ties into your building culture, ties into you being a better advisor, ties into your sales teams being more effective, if you're interested in just this for yourself in terms of how are you leading in the world and how is your leadership, especially your leadership on your leadership team, how is that affecting what's actually happening in the company? If you want to talk about that, reach out. I'm happy to have a short conversation with you to see how some of our frameworks and this thinking might support you. So happy to do that. Got executive forums you can come to where we talk about this stuff in different ways. This is a very specific message around IEP of being in service of and building professional integrity. It's very specifically pointed, but you're welcome to do that. You're also welcome to just send us a note here, and I'll be happy to set something up to talk with you about how this applies to what you're up to and to your company and what you can do about it. All right. Take care of yourself. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Thanks as always for being here. Bye.